Hey guys, just wanted to make a little bit of a video to talk about children's ministry for a little bit. First of all, I want to thank you for serving, for helping out with kids. We obviously cannot do children's ministry without our volunteers, and so thank you for being willing and for being committed. We really appreciate it. So part of what I've been doing for the past week or two was just to try and get a little bit of a feel of what's going on in children's ministry, where you guys could really get some of that staff support to just make life easier for you all. And so I've talked with a lot of the volunteers, maybe not all, to try to just see where your heads are at. The feeling I kind of was getting was, hey, we'll do, almost everything, anything within reason. We kind of just want to be told, like, hey, here's the direction we're going, and give us the material so we can prepare and be ready to roll on Sunday. That's kind of what I've felt over these past couple weeks. And so to help with that, we've kind of gone through some curriculum I have to see, like, hey, what's a good fit for us. And the tough thing for us is the dynamic of, we've got some students that are here for 2 hours, and in the first hour it's kindergarten through 5th grade, and then in the second hour it's kindergarten through 3rd, or kindergarten through 2nd, and then 3rd grade through 5th grade. And so that does create a little bit of a different dynamic, I think, than maybe some other churches. And so one of the problems I think that we were having was that kids that would stay for second hour were getting the exact same thing, and quite frankly kind of getting a little bored. And so that's something that we don't want to happen. And so we're trying to find the right dynamic. And so what I'm about to bring up and share with you, it is not, I wouldn't say it's set in stone. I would say, hey, let's take this for a test drive, see how we feel about it. If we want to stay committed to this path, then let's roll with it. And so this material, I know Diane has sent me some of this material to look over, Kingdom Quest, and this right here would be the material or the lesson for Memorial Day. And so now I actually went, because this lesson kicks off like the summer unit, and so it's like 14 weeks of this unit that it starts off. And so since this weekend is the weekend before Memorial Day, I was like, well, I pulled up the last lesson from their spring unit, as in case we do need something to roll with for this weekend if nobody's been able to do something on their own. I know it's kind of been scrambled around a little bit, but anyway, so this is just me kind of saying, hey, here's the path I'd like to take. And so this gives you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like. And I won't walk you through everything it says. It says things like, hey, we will help kids know, help kids feel, we will help kids do. And that's just when I was in college, we talked about hook, book, look, and took, about, getting kids engaged, lesson, talking and showing them the Bible, how it applies to their life, and something then to take home from that lesson. So I think that's kind of the points there. And then kind of gives you an outline, or what they say is a roadmap of the format of how things are within this lesson. So small group warm-up, some large group time, some small group application is kind of the basics of what it is. And now some of the supplies needed, this is where, like, yes, this is free curriculum, but some of the supplies needed here can be pretty extensive. And so I know for some, obviously it's one of those, hey, if we've got a heads up and we can go and get these supplies ahead of time, we're happy to do that. The church is happy to reimburse people for that. If I need to run out and get that, so be it. I can do that too. And so I guess some of the questions or just maybe things to discuss would be, hey, out of that is, I'm seeing, anywhere from like 75 to 90 minutes worth of material. And so, hey, is this good enough to cover 9:30? And then like if at 11 o'clock, if we peppered in worship, if we peppered in whether it's a coloring page, some sort of other activity, a craft, then would we then have the 11 o'clock hour covered for those volunteers for the kindergarten through second grade people? I've kind of set to where Jody will have a 5th and 6th grade curriculum. I know she's only got 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. But so her curriculum will actually be different and maybe similar themes, but different verses, different activities, and stuff like that. And so, like I said, I just wanted to kind of bounce that off you guys, see how you felt about it. There's a lot of different philosophies when it comes to children's ministry, and a lot of different volunteers who say, hey, like, yeah, I can show up Sunday morning and take a lesson and be like, okay, we're ready to go, let's go. Other people obviously want to prepare thoroughly and have everything ready to go in their mind well before Sunday morning. And so we're trying to just, like I said, find that right dynamic for all of our volunteers. We want children's ministry to still be rolling, to still be the highlight of our kids' week. And also within this curriculum, there are, for the younger kids, there is a take-home page and like a family devotional. For the older students, there I think it's just a family devotional type thing. And that's really cool for us because we like to, hey, on the way home and even during lunch, like, hey, what'd you guys talk about today? And so for us to have some sort of cue sheet to work off of, like, hey, no, we actually know you talked about this, but what can you tell me about it? So anyway, I just wanted to do this video because I know it's really hard to get everybody together, especially in a short amount of time, and I know everybody's got a lot going on. I've got a lot going on. And so please feel free to email me or Facebook message me any of these thoughts or other questions, just overall general input. Thank you guys again for being committed to children's ministry and being a blessing to our church and to our kids. And we'll catch you guys later. Thank you.